Hi everyone, this is Chandan and welcome to Chandan Logics. As we have discussed earlier, we are going to start it from very basic level and we'll take it to extreme high level. By the end of this chapter, we'll make sure that you're going to solve any question that is going to come from any examination from topic average. So what we'll be doing is like, we're going to cover all the questions that are going to come in all the different examinations model wise. When we are going to discuss them model wise, it will be easy for you to understand. So what all you guys need to do is like, listen the class carefully and try to practice all the examples whatever we have discussed in the class. If you are going to practice all the examples whatever you are going to discuss in the class, then whatever the pattern of question it may be and whatever the examination it may be, you can solve all the questions that are going to come from average. Okay, so I will start it from very basics. Listen the class carefully. Let us look at the first question. So what first question is saying is, if average of 57, 49, 53, y, 62 is 56, then find y. So we are asked you to find what is the value of y. And look here, to solve this question in a traditional way, we know how to solve this question in a traditional way. But if you are going to solve them in a traditional way, it consumes us lot of time. So what we will be doing is like, we will be going with the concept of equal distribution. As equal distribution is nothing but average, so I am going to distribute them equally. Now if you observe here, what is the average of all these numbers? Average of all these numbers is 56. When I say average is 56, each and every number should be 56, 56, 56, 56, right? So let us cross check. Now if you look at the first one, first number is 57, which means it is more than the average. How much more than average? It is 1 more than average. Why? Because average is 56, but this is 57, which is 1 more than average. As it is 1 more, I have taken it as plus 1. If you look at the next number is 49. 49 is less than 56. 49 is how much less than 56? It is 7 less than 56. So minus 7. Next number is 53. 53 is also less than 56. How much less than 56? 3 less than 56. So minus 3. And the next number is y. We need to find this number. And the next number is 62. 62 is more than 56. How much more than 56? It is 6 more than 56. So plus 6. Now you got like plus 1, minus 7, minus 3, plus 6. So just you need to balance them. Balance it. If you are going to balance here, look here. Plus 1 plus 6 is nothing but plus 7. Now plus 7 and minus 7 gets cancelled. Finally, you are left out with minus 3. As you are left out with minus 3, now this value should be 3 more than average. As this value should be 3 more than average, now actual average is 56. Now this should be 3 more than average. So 56 plus 3, so value is nothing but 59. So we can say that value of y is nothing but 59. Very, very simple and easy question. Just what I have done is equal distribution. You just remember the concept of equal distribution. If you are going to remember this concept, whatever the question it may be, you can solve all the questions just by using the concept of equal distribution. Okay. So let us look at the second one. What next question is saying is, if average of 22, 13, 18, x, 14, 9 is 16, while average of 41, 32, 55, y, 48 is 45. And we are asked to find y by x. So this is also similar to whatever the question we have discussed earlier. So just you need to find the value of y and similarly you need to find the value of x. So you just need to know what is y by x. Let us calculate. Now for these numbers, average is 16. When I say average is 16, each and every number should be 16. Now if you look at the first number, it is more than 16. How much more than 16? It is 6 more than 16. Next, if you look at this number, this is 13, which is less than 16. How much less than 16? 3 less than 16. Now this is 18, which is more than 16. How much more than 16? 2 more than 16. Next, this is like x. So next you have 14. Now 14 is less than 16. How much less than 16? 2 less than 16. Next you have 9. 9 is also less than 16. How much less than 16? 7 less than 16. Okay. Now just try to balance this. If you are going to balance this, look here carefully. How much you got here? Now this is plus 6 plus 2. Plus 6 plus 2 is nothing but plus 8. Now if you look here, this is like minus 7 minus 2. Minus 7 minus 2 is like minus 9. So plus 8 minus 9 is nothing but minus 1. Now if you look here, this is minus 3 and this is minus 1. Overall I am getting minus 4. As I am getting minus 4, now this x should be 4 more than average. Why? Because I am getting minus 4. After calculating all of this, I get minus 4. If I am getting minus 4, now this x value should be 4 more than average. Now actual average is 16. Now x should be 4 more than average. So 16 plus 4, this is going to be 20, which means value of x is 20. If value of x is 20, you need to find the value of y also. Why? Because the question is saying what is the value of y by x. So I need to find value of y also. Let us calculate value of y. Now if you look here, average is 45. So each and every number should be 45. If you look at 41, it is less than 45. How much less than 45? 4 less than 45. Next, if you look at 32, 32 is also less than 45. 32 is how much less than 45? 32 is 13 less than 45. Next, 55 is more than 45. How much more than 45? 10 more than 45. The next one is like y, which we need to find. And next is 48. 48 is more than 45. How much more than 45? It's 3 more than 45. Okay. Now just balance it. If you are going to balance this, plus 10 plus 3 is nothing but plus 13. So plus 13 minus 13 gets cancelled. Finally, you are left out with minus 4. As you got 4 lesser, now this number should be 4 more than the average. 4 more than the average means actual average is 45. Now this should be 4 more. So 4 more means 45 plus 4. This is nothing but 49. So y value is 49 and x value is 20. Your question is to find what is y by x. So if you calculate what is y by x, y value is 49 and x value is 20. So when you calculate this one, this is going to be 2.45. Yes or no? 2.45. So answer is like fourth option. Just very simple question. Just what you need to do is like you need to find the value of x. I need to find the value of y. Value of y is nothing but 49 and value of x is nothing but 20. So just calculate it. It is going to be 49 by 20 and 49 by 20 is nothing but 2.45. So I can say that answer for this question is nothing but 2.45. Let us look at the SSC GD కి సంబంధించి 39480 ప్లస్ వేకెన్సీస్ తో నోటిఫికేషన్ పడింది. దీనికి సంబంధించిన కోర్స్ మనం లాంచ్ చేశాము. దీంట్లో కంప్లీట్ గా తెలుగు మీడియం ఇంగ్లీష్ మీడియం క్లాస్ అన్ని కూడా అవైలబిలిటీ ఉంటాయి అన్నమాట. అలానే ఎవరైతే విద్యార్థులు ఆర్ఆర్బీ ఎన్టీపీసీ ఎగ్జామినేషన్ ప్రిపేర్ అవుతున్నారో వాళ్ళ కోసం CBT 1 CBT 2 రెండు కలిపి మనం స్పెషల్ బ్యాచ్ లాంచ్ చేయడం జరిగింది. కంప్లీట్ కోర్స్ అనమాట. మీ కంప్లీట్ కోర్స్ 2250 రూపాయలకి ఆఫర్ అవైలబిలిటీ ఉంది. దీంట్లో మొత్తం క్లాస్ అని కూడా ప్రొవైడ్ చేయడం జరుగుతుంది. ఇంగ్లీష్ మీడియం తెలుగు మీడియం రెండు మీడియంలో కూడా క్లాస్ ఉంటాయి. అలానే SSC MTS పాయింట్ ఆఫ్ ఎవరైతే విద్యార్థులు ప్రిపేర్ అవబోతున్నారో 10th క్లాస్ ఎలిజిబిలిటీతో వాళ్ళందరికీ కూడా మనకు సంబంధించిన స్పెషల్ బ్యాచ్ మన దగ్గర ఉంది. దీనికి మొత్తం సిలబస్ మొత్తం అంతా మనం కవర్ చేస్తూ ఈ కోర్సు 2250 రూపాయలకి ప్రొవైడ్ చేయడం జరుగుతుంది. ఇంగ్లీష్ మీడియం తెలుగు మీడియం రెండు మీడియంలో కూడా క్లాస్ అవైలబిలిటీ ఉంటాయి. అలానే SSC స్టెనోగ్రాఫర్ సంబంధించిన స్పెషల్ బ్యాచ్ మన దగ్గర ఉంది. కంప్లీట్ సిలబస్ మొత్తం అంతా కవర్ చేయడం జరుగుతుంది. ఇది కూడా మీకు 2250 రూపీస్కి ఆఫర్ అవైలబిలిటీ ఉంది. అలానే SSC CGL టైర్ 1 టైర్ 2కి సంబంధించి ఆల్రెడీ టైర్ 1కి చాలా మంది విద్యార్థులు ఆల్రెడీ కోచింగ్ తీసుకున్నారు, ఎగ్జామినేషన్ రాస్తున్నారు. ఎవరైతే విద్యార్థులు టైర్ 2కి ప్రిపేర్ అవ్వాలనుకున్నారో వాళ్ళ కోసం కూడా స్పెషల్ బ్యాచ్ అనమాట. ఈ టైర్ 2 స్పెషల్ బ్యాచ్ అనేది 2250 రూపీస్కి ఆఫర్ అవైలబిలిటీ ఉంటుంది అనమాట. అలానే ఆర్ఆర్బీ జేఈకి సంబంధించి ఎవరైతే విద్యార్థులు ప్రిపేర్ అవబోతున్నారో వాళ్ళ కోసం కూడా స్పెషల్ బ్యాచ్ ఉంది. ఈ స్పెషల్ బ్యాచ్ మనకి CBT 1కి సంబంధించిన సిలబస్ మొత్తం అంతా కవర్ చేయడం జరుగుతుంది. 2250 రూపీస్కి ఆఫర్ అవైలబిలిటీ ఉంది. అలానే రైల్వేకి సంబంధించి మీకు అన్ని ఎగ్జామ్స్ పాయింట్ ఆఫ్ స్పెషల్ బ్యాచెస్, అలానే రైల్వే ALP టెక్నీషియన్ బ్యాచెస్ ఉన్నాయి. బ్యాంక్ SSC రైల్వే కామో ప్యాక్ మన దగ్గర అవైలబిలిటీ ఉంది. నెక్స్ట్ అలానే మనకి బ్యాంక్ ఎగ్జామినేషన్ పాయింట్ ఆఫ్ ఎవరైతే ప్రిపేర్ అవుతున్నారో బ్యాంక్ మహాప్యాక్, అలానే బ్యాంక్ సంబంధించి IBPS PO స్పెషల్ బ్యాచ్ ఉంది. ఇవన్నీ కూడా మన దగ్గర ఉన్నాయి. నెక్స్ట్ వన్, all these are like very simple and basic questions. Next one, the average of the first 9 integral multiples of 3. So we're asked to find first 9 integral multiples of 3. Look here, what are the multiples of 3? Multiples of 3 is nothing but 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27. Yes or no? These are nothing but first 9 multiples of 3. Now he is asking us to find average of these numbers. Already we know that this series is in arithmetic progression. If the given series is in arithmetic progression, what I have told you, average is nothing but highest number plus lowest number by 2. That is what we have discussed. Yes or no? So if you look here, highest number is 27. Yes. And lowest number is 3. So calculate average. When you calculate average, it is going to be 27 plus 3 by 2. Why? Because highest number is 27 and lowest number is nothing but 3. So 27 plus 3 by 2, that is nothing but 15. So we can say that answer for this question is going to be 15. And if you observe here, truly speaking, you need not write these numbers also. If you are going to write these numbers, again it's going to be waste of your time. So instead of writing these numbers, you can calculate it directly as well. Why? Because if you look here carefully, the question is saying multiples of 3. Multiples of 3 means if I take 3 common, this is going to be 3 into 1, 3 into 2, 3 into 3, so on, right? Till where? 3 into 9. Why? Because we need multiples of 3 till 9. So 3 into 1, 3 into 2, 3 into 3, so on, 3 into 9. Now if you look here, highest number, what is the highest number here? Highest number is nothing but 9. And what is the smallest number here? Smallest number is nothing but 1. So average is nothing but 9 plus 1 by 2. So 9 plus 1 by 2 is nothing but 5. Now it is saying that it should be a multiple of 3. As it should be a multiple of 3, now this is going to be 3 into 5. So 3 into 5, that is nothing but 15. So we can say that answer for this question is going to be 15. So either you can write these multiples and you can calculate, or else what you can do is like, as you already know that these are multiples of 3 for 1 to 9. 1 to 9 numbers, average is nothing but 5. As it should be a multiple of 3, now just 3 into 5. So 3 into 5 is nothing but 15. Okay. And all these questions are nothing but the questions that were asked in different examinations. Let us look at the next one. The average of the first 100 positive integers is. So we are asked you to find first 100 positive integers average. Actually what we know, average is nothing but sum of numbers divided by number of numbers. When I say first 100 positive integers, which is nothing but 1, 2, 3, 4, so on, yes or no, till how many? Till 100. Which means I need to add all these numbers. After adding all these numbers, divide by number of numbers. When I do that, then I am going to get average. But when I am going to add all these numbers, it consumes us a lot of time. Yes or no? So you can't add all these numbers. So to add all these numbers, we know one thing. Just observe here carefully. Look here, this concept is important. For this question anyway, without using this concept also you can mark the answer. But as we got this question, I am explaining you the concept also. Anyway, you know that sum of n natural numbers, sum of n natural numbers. What is the formula for sum of n natural numbers? Already we have learned in our childhood. Sum of n natural numbers formula is nothing but n into n plus 1 by 2. Yes or no? Similarly, one more formula, that is sum of square of n natural numbers. Sum of square of n natural numbers. Even this formula is also important. What is the formula for sum of squares of n natural numbers? Formula is nothing but n into n plus 1 into 2n plus 1 by 6. This is the formula, right? Next, similarly, one more formula, that is sum of cube of n natural numbers. Sum of cube of n natural numbers. What is the formula for this one? Sum of cube of n natural numbers formula, that is nothing but n into n plus 1 by 2 whole square. Yes or no? So these are like very important. Why? Because based upon this we are going to get questions. First one is sum of n natural numbers. Sum of n natural numbers formula is n into n plus 1 by 2. Next is sum of squares of n natural numbers. Formula is n into n plus 1 into 2n plus 1 by 6. And the next is sum of cubes of n natural numbers. Formula is n into n plus 1 by 2 whole square. Okay. So note this. This is like really important. Now, once if you know this formula, what we can do is, you can calculate sum of natural numbers till 100. Yes or no? Sum of natural numbers till 100. Sum of natural numbers till 100 means 1, 2, 3, so on till 100. Now, if I need to calculate sum, if I need to calculate sum of these numbers, now just I have told you formula. What is that? Sum of n natural numbers formula is n into n plus 1 by 2. Now, what is the value of n? Whatever the highest number we have, that is nothing but value of n. So, n is nothing but 100. Now, this is nothing but 100 into 101 by 2. Yes or no? Now, this is nothing but sum. But what question is asking? Question is asking us to calculate average. Average is nothing but sum of numbers divided by number of numbers. So, sum of numbers is nothing but 100 into 101 divided by 2. Divided by number of numbers. How many numbers you have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so on 100, which means number of numbers are nothing but 100. Yes or no? Now calculate this. If you are going to calculate this, 100 gets cancelled. 101 by 2. So 101 by 2 is nothing but 50.5. So answer is nothing but 50.5, which is nothing but option 3. But truly speaking, in examination point of view, even this calculation is also not required. You can mark this question much faster. Reason is the given series is in arithmetic progression. As the given series is in arithmetic progression, you not do all this calculation. As the given series is in arithmetic progression, and if someone asks you to calculate average, what I have told you? Highest number plus lowest number by 2. So highest number is how much? 100. Lowest number is how much? 1. So just calculate average 100 plus 1 by 2. That is nothing but 50.5. So answer is nothing but 50.5. So you know to do all the calculation, as the given series is going to be in arithmetic progression. Now what you can do is, average is nothing but highest number plus lowest number by 2. So when you calculate, answer is going to be 50.5. Let us look at the next one. Next question is the average of odd numbers up to 100. So we need to calculate average of odd numbers up to 100. So odd numbers means 1, 3, 5, so on. Till how many? Till it is 100. So this is going to be 97 and 99. So if you look here, even this series is also in arithmetic progression. Why? Because difference is same. If the difference is same, we told that the series is going to be in AP, that is arithmetic progression. So I can say that average is nothing but highest number plus lowest number by 2. What is your highest number? 99. What is your lowest number? 1. So average is nothing but 99 plus 1 by 2, which is nothing but 50. So we can say that average is nothing but 50. Very simple and basic questions. Let us look at the next one. Next question is the average of 9 consecutive numbers is n. So 9 consecutive numbers average is how much? N. If next 2 numbers are also included, the new average will be. Now this is like very good question. Observe here carefully. And to solve the answer, you not do all the question. Just observe the sequence, you will get an idea. What question is saying? And whenever you are having these type of questions, understand the question clearly. If you understand the question clearly, then solving these questions will become simple. But what many of the guys do is like, they do not understand the question clearly first. Without understanding the question clearly, they will try to solve the questions. So examination point of view, very important thing is like understanding the question is really important. Okay. So what it is saying, average of 9 consecutive numbers. 9 consecutive numbers, average is how much it seems? N. If next 2 numbers are going to be included, then average is going to be what? What is the new average? That is your question. Observe here carefully. Let us example, I have numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What is average of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Average of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is nothing but 3. Now, let us example, if I am going to include next two numbers, let us include next two numbers. If I am going to include next two numbers, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. For this, I am including two more numbers. That is, next two numbers are 6, 7. Now, if you observe here, what is average of these numbers? Average of these numbers is nothing but 4. If you observe here, initially average is 3. But when you include the next two numbers, average became 4, which means the average is increased by 1. As average is increased by 1, now what I can say is initial average is n. Now, when I include the next two numbers, it should be increased by 1. So, average should be n plus 1. So, that is like increase by 1. That is like option 4. Very, very simple question. Just take one example. If you take the example, you will come to know. Just what I have done is first 5 numbers. First 5 numbers average is 3. Next two numbers I have included. Now, average became 4. So, 3 became 4. 3 became 4 means average is increased by 1. Okay. Let us look at the next one. Average of all even numbers between 104 and 148. So, we are asked to find average of all even numbers. Reading the question is really important. So, read the question clearly and try to know what exactly the question is. Okay. So, even numbers from 104 to 148. Now, look here. After 104, the next even number is going to be 106. Next to 108. So on, right? Till where it is saying? Till it is saying between 104 to 148, which means the previous number is going to be 146. Yes. Now, if you observe here, highest number is 106, lowest number is 146, and the given series is in arithmetic progression. Why? Because difference is 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. As it is in arithmetic progression, I can say that average is nothing but highest number plus lowest number by 2. Highest number is 146 plus lowest number is 106 divided by 2. So, when you add both these numbers, it is going to be 252. Now, 252 divided by 2. So, how much? 2 12 times it is going to be 24, and you are left with one remainder. So, that is like 2 6 times it is going to be 12, which means answer is going to be 126. Yes or no? Very simple and basic question. And if you have observed here in this question, instead of writing whatever the numbers you have between 104 and 148. Now, what I have done is I have written the numbers between 104 and 148. Instead of writing this, what you can do is like directly you can calculate average for the given numbers also. If you calculate for average for given numbers also, again you will get the same answer. If you want, you can write 104 plus 148. When you add these numbers, 104 plus 148 is nothing but 252. Now, 252 divided by 2. When you calculate 252 divided by 2, again you will get the same answer, which is 126. So, either you can write the numbers whatever you have between 104, 148, or else you can directly calculate average for the given numbers. You will get the same answer. Okay. Let us look at the next question. Average of all even numbers between 222 and 250 is. So, we are asked to calculate average of all even numbers between 222 and 250. This is exactly similar to whatever the question we have discussed earlier. And this question and previous question are nothing but the questions that were asked in SSC CGL mains examination. So, calculate directly average for these numbers. When you add these numbers, 222 plus 250 is nothing but 472. So, average means 472 divided by 2. Now, this is nothing but 236. So, I can say that answer is going to be 236. Just very simple questions. So, whenever they are asking you to find whatever the numbers you have between between the numbers, if you are asked to calculate average, then either you can take those numbers or you can directly calculate average for the given numbers. Both of them you will get the same answer. Okay. Let us look at the next one. The average of all odd numbers from 113 to 159. So you are asked to calculate average of all odd numbers from 113 to 159. Calculate directly for these two numbers. If you add these two numbers, it is going to be 113 plus 159 divided by 2. So if you add these numbers, 3 plus 9 is nothing but 12. So 1 carry. 15 plus 11 is nothing but 26. 26 plus 1, it is going to be 27. So 272 by 2, it is nothing but 136. Yes or no? So I can say that answer is going to be 136. Just what you need to do is like, whenever you have questions in this way, directly you can calculate average for the given numbers. Next one, what is the average of all numbers between 100 and 200 which are divisible by 13? Now look here, this question is not even numbers or odd numbers. This question is about numbers which are divisible by 13. As you know that we need to find what are the numbers that are divisible by 13. If I need to find the numbers divisible by 13, we need numbers between 100 and 200. Look here, if I say like 13 10 times, 13 10 times is nothing but 130. But it is asking from 100 to 200. Now 130 means from 130, if I do 26 less, which is 2 times of 13, it is nothing but 104. Yes or no? Which means the numbers between 100 and 200, first number is going to be 104. So 104, and if I add 13, now this is going to be 117, right? So on. How much? Till 200. Till 200. Now if you look here, 13 20 times is going to be 260, but I need number less than 200. Now what I will do, 13 5 times is nothing but 65. Now 260 minus 65 is nothing but 195, which means 195 is also divisible by 13. So this is going to be 195. Now look here, we got the smallest number and we got the highest number also. Smallest number is 104. Highest number is 195, and anyway this series is going to be in arithmetic progression. Why? Because we have difference of 13 13 13 13, as the number is nothing but divisible of 13. So look here, highest number is 195, lowest number is 104, divide by 2. When you add these numbers, 5 plus 4 is nothing but 9, 19 plus 10 is nothing but 29, 29 by 2. Now this is going to be how much? 149.5. Yes or no? 149.5, which is like option 4. Even this question was asked in mains examination. Very simple. You are just asked to find numbers which are divisible by 13 and in between 100 and 200. For that you need to calculate average. So we know smallest number is 104 and we know highest number is 195. Just add those numbers, divide by 2. You will get the answer. Okay. Let us look at the next question. Which digit is missing in the average of numbers 9, 99, 999, 4 nines, so on, 9 nines? So this is like a very good question, and even this question was also asked in examination. Let us look at this. We need to calculate average of these numbers. What is meant by average? Average is nothing but sum of numbers divided by number of numbers. Yes or no? This is nothing but average. So sum of numbers means I need to add all these numbers. Yes. But if I need to add all these numbers, now this is going to be complicated. So just observe here carefully. What I am trying to do is like I am going to take 9 common. If I take 9 common, this is going to be 1, 11, 111, 4 ones, so on. How many? 9 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 ones. Yes. Now this is nothing but if I do this, this is going to be sum of my numbers. Now if you observe here carefully, look here. You need to know one important point here. If you observe here, what is 1 plus 11? 1 plus 11 is 1. 1 plus 7 is nothing but 12. Similarly, what is 1 plus 11 plus triple 1. Now this is 1, 2, 3. Yes or no? Similarly, 1, 1, 11, triple 1, 4 ones. If you are going to add this, now this is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes or no? Which means if you observe here, maximum ones, look here I have 4 ones. As it is 4 ones, it is 1, 2, 3, 4. If I am having maximum 3, it is going to be 1, 2, 3. If I am having maximum 6, it is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now in this I have maximum 9. So when I am trying to add this, what happened? When I am trying to add this, if I add all these numbers, it is going to be, anyway I took 9 common. If I add all these numbers, it is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yes or no? Now this is nothing but sum of these numbers. Now my question is to find average. As my question is to find average, sum of numbers is 9 into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Number of numbers how many? Number of numbers is 9. As you have 9 numbers, it is 9. So look here, calculate 9 and 9 gets cancelled. So average is nothing but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yes or no? Now what is your question? Your question is to find missing digit. Now which digit is missing? Which digit is missing means digit missing is nothing but 0. Except 0, we have all the digits. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So missing digit is nothing but 0. Now this is like very simple question. To solve this question, definitely you need to know this logic. If you know this logic, only then this question is going to be easy. The logic is like very simple. 1 when added with 11, it is going to be 12. 1 plus 11 plus triple 1 is nothing but 1, 2, 3. So similarly what you will do is like, as you have 9 ones, what it will be like, when you add all these numbers, it is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. So this is nothing but sum. Average means sum of numbers divided by number of numbers. When you calculate that, answer is going to be 0. Okay. Let us look at the next one. The average of all the numbers which are first 10 multiples of each of the first 10 natural numbers. Now this question is like pretty good question. Just read the question carefully. If you read the question carefully, then solving the question will become easy. Okay. So what it is saying, like average of all the numbers which are first 10 multiples of each of first 10 natural numbers. Yes or no? You know what are like first 10 natural numbers? First 10 natural numbers means 1, 2, 3, 4, so on, 9, 10. Yes or no? These are first 10 natural numbers. For this, you need to take multiples, first 10 multiples. Look here, what are multiples of 1? 1 multiples are nothing but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so on. The question is saying like till 10 multiples. Similarly, if you look at 2, for 2 it is going to be 4, 6, 8, 10, so on till how many? 20. Just multiples are nothing but 2 table. 2 1 time, 2 2 times, 2 3 times, 2 4 times, 2 5 times, so on till 2 10 times. Similarly, for this one, 10 1 time, 10 2 times, 10 3 times, 10 4 times, so on. It is going to be 10 10 times, that is 100. Now we need to add all these numbers. Add all these numbers divided by total numbers. Then you are going to get this answer. Okay. So if we are going to do this, the calculation is going to be complicated. So what I am going to do is like observe here carefully. Now what I will do is like, anyway if you look here, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yes or no? From this, if I am going to take 2 common, then what happened? From this series, if I am going to take 2 common, if I take 2 common, this is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so on 10. Similarly, from this series, if I take 3 common, this is 1, 2, 3, so on, it is going to be 10. Yes or no? So if we observe here, what happened is, From this I can take 2 common, 3 common, 4 common, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yes or no? So if I take those numbers common, it is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yes or no? So now from this I can say that if I take these numbers common, now this looks in this way, which is 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 so on 10 into 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus so on till 10. This is going to be the sum. But what your question is saying? Your question is to calculate average. As the question is to calculate average, now this is going to be sum. Average is nothing but sum of numbers divided by number of numbers. So average is nothing but 1 plus 2 plus so on 10 into 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus so on 10 divided by number of numbers is going to be 10 into 10. Yes or no? Why? Because if you have observed here, now this is 1 10 times, 2 10 times, 3 10 times, similarly 10 you will have 10 times. So total number something but 10 into 10, that is 100. Yes or no? So 10 into 10, this is going to be 100. Now if you observe here, sum of n natural numbers formula, n into n plus 1 by 2. Sum of n natural numbers formula is n into n plus 1 by 2. Here the highest number is how much? Here highest number is nothing but 10. So n into n plus 1 by 2 means 10 into 11 by 2. Similarly, this one also 10 into 11 by 2 divided by 100. Yes or no? So calculate this. When you are going to calculate this, what happened? 10, 10, 100 gets cancelled. 10 into 10 is nothing but 100. 100 gets cancelled. So 11 into 11 is 121. 121 divided by 2. So 120 by 2 means this is going to be 60 times. And again you are left with one remainder. 1 by 2 is nothing but 0.5. So I can say that answer for this question is nothing but, sorry, this is like 121. 2 into 2. 2 into 2 is like 4, right? 11 square is 121. 121 divided by 4. 4 30 times. 4 30 times is nothing but 120. You are left with remainder 1. 1 by 4 is nothing but 0.25. So answer for this question is nothing but 30.25, which is like option 4. This is like very simple question, but the thing is like read the question carefully. If read the question carefully, what question said is for first 10 natural numbers, if you are going to take all the 10 multiples, then what is the average of those numbers? That is the question. So what I have done is I have taken 2 common here, 3 common here, 4 common here, 5 common here, so on 10. Now when I take them common, all the numbers will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. When you add these numbers, sum is going to be 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus so on 10 into 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus so on up to 10. This is nothing but sum. But the question is average. So sum of numbers divided by number of numbers. Number of numbers is nothing but 10 into 10, 100 numbers. So divided by 100. When you calculate this, answer is going to be 30.25. Okay. Next question. Find the average of first 5 odd numbers which are divisible by 5. Look here, you are asked to find first 5 odd numbers which are divisible by 7. Okay, let us look at them. If you are going to solve them in a normal way, we need first 5 odd numbers which are divisible by 7. So numbers are nothing but 7 and next 21, next 35, next 49, next 63. Yes or no? 7 1 time, 7 3 times, 7 5 times, 7 7 times, 7 9 times. These are like odd numbers, that are like first 5 odd numbers which are divisible by 7. He is asking us to calculate average. As he is asking us to calculate average, the series is in arithmetic progression. Highest number. What is the highest number? Highest number is 63. What is lowest number? Lowest number is 7. Highest number plus lowest number, that is 63 plus 7 divided by 2. So answer is nothing but 70 by 2, which is 35. So answer for this question is going to be 35, which is option 3. Either you can solve them in this way or else you can solve them in this way also. As the question is saying divisible by 7, okay, and it should be 5 odd numbers. So odd numbers are like 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. These are like first 5 odd numbers. Now for this I need to calculate average. So what I will do, as a series is an arithmetic progression. As series is an arithmetic progression, 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. What is the average? Average is nothing but 7. And it should be a divisible by 7. So 7 into 5. 7 into 5, we can say that answer is nothing but 35. Or else what you can do is like, in this question, you can directly multiply 7 into 5. 7 into 5 and you can say answer is 35. You can say in that way also. Why? Because as it is divisible by 7 and we need like first 5 odd numbers. As it is first 5 odd numbers which are divisible by 7, then you can directly say it as 7n. 7n. So 7 into 5, that is 35. If I ask like first 9 odd numbers which are divisible by 7, then you can say 7 into 9, that is nothing but 63. Directly you can say 7n. For when it is divisible by 7 and it is regarding odd numbers, then you can directly say 7n. Or else what you can do is like, you can just take 7 common. If you take 7 common, 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. These are first 5 odd numbers. For first 5 odd numbers, average is nothing but 5. Is average is 5, it should be divisible by 7. So simply what you will do is like multiply it with 7. 7 into 5, you can say that answer is nothing but 35. Let us look at the next question. Find the average of first 4 even numbers which are divisible by 9. Now the question is about even numbers which are divisible by 9. Look here, if I take 9 common, even numbers which are divisible by 9 means 9 2 times, 9 4 times, 9 6 times, 9 8 times. Yes or no? Why? Because 9 one time is 9. 9 is a odd number. Yes or no? 9 2 times is 18. It's an even number. 9 3 times is 27. It's an odd number. 9 4 times is 36. It's an even number. So there is reason 2 times, 4 times, 6 times, 8 times. So first 4 even numbers. Now look here, this series is in arithmetic progression. As a series is in arithmetic progression, if I need to calculate average, highest number plus lowest number by 2. Highest number plus lowest number means 8 plus 2, 10. 10 by 2. 10 by 2 is nothing but 5. So it should be divisible by 5. Okay. So this is nothing but 9 into 5. So 9 into 5, which is nothing but 45. So we can say that answer for this question is nothing but option 1, 45. Very simple question. Just what I have done is, if I take 9 common, as the question is saying about divisible by 9 and they are like 4 even numbers. So 2, 4, 6, 8. These are like first 4 even numbers. And in this question, you are asked to calculate average for 8 and 2. That is highest number is 8, lowest number is 2. 8 to 2 average is nothing but 5. So that is like highest number plus lowest number by 2. 8 plus 2 is 10. 10 by 2 is 5. Now it is 9 into 5. So 9 into 5 is nothing but 45. Next question. All these are like simple and basic questions. Find the average of first 10 even numbers which are divisible by 8. Look here, now it should be divisible by 8. If it is divisible by 8, observe here carefully. 8 one time is 8. 8 two times is also 16. 8 three times is 24. Now if you observe here, the question is about even number. And if you look here, for 8, all the numbers are going to be even numbers only. 8 one time, 8 two times, 8 three times, 8 4 times, 8 5 times, all are even numbers only. As all are even numbers, now you need first 10 even numbers. First 10 even numbers means you just take first 10 numbers. So first 10 numbers means if you take 8 common, this is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, so on. Till how many? 10 numbers. Now you are asked to find, it should be divisible by 8 and we are asked to find 10 even numbers average. So simply calculate, the given series is in arithmetic progression. As the given series is arithmetic progression, highest number is 10, lowest number is 1. So 10 plus 1 by 2, that is 11 by 2 into 8. Now what happened? 8 cancels into how many times? 4 times. 4 into 11. Now this is going to be 44. So we can say that answer for this question is nothing but 44. Very, very simple question. but in this question you have to be careful. Why? Because as it is divisible by 8 and they are like even numbers, in 8 table all the numbers are going to be even numbers. 8 one time, 8 two times, 8 three times, 8 four times, 8 five times, all of them are like even numbers. So what I will do, I will calculate average for first 10 numbers. First 10 numbers average means 10 plus 1 by 2. Why? Because highest number plus lowest number by 2. 11 by 2 into 8. So this is going to be average 44. ఓకే. ఎస్ఎస్సి జీడీకి సంబంధించి 39,480 ప్లస్ వేకెన్సీస్తో నోటిఫికేషన్ పడింది. దీనికి సంబంధించిన కోర్స్ మనం లాంచ్ చేశాము. దీంట్లో కంప్లీట్గా తెలుగు మీడియం ఇంగ్లీష్ మీడియం క్లాస్ అన్ని కూడా అవైలబిలిటీ ఉంటాయి అనమాట. అలానే ఎవరైతే విద్యార్థులు ఆర్ఆర్బీ ఎన్టీపీసీ ఎగ్జామినేషన్ ప్రిపేర్ అవుతున్నారో వాళ్ళ కోసం CBT 1 CBT 2 రెండు కలిపి మనం స్పెషల్ బ్యాచ్ని లాంచ్ చేయడం జరిగింది. కంప్లీట్ కోర్స్ అనమాట. మీ కంప్లీట్ కోర్స్ 2,250 రూపాయలకి ఆఫర్ అవైలబిలిటీ ఉంది. దీంట్లో మొత్తం క్లాస్ అని కూడా ప్రొవైడ్ చేయడం జరుగుతుంది. ఇంగ్లీష్ మీడియం తెలుగు మీడియం రెండు మీడియంలో కూడా క్లాస్ ఉంటాయి. అలానే ఎస్ఎస్సి ఎంటీఎస్ పాయింట్ ఆఫ్ ఎవరైతే విద్యార్థులు ప్రిపేర్ అవబోతున్నారో 10th క్లాస్ ఎలిజిబిలిటీతో వాళ్ళందరికీ కూడా మనకు సంబంధించిన స్పెషల్ బ్యాచ్ మన దగ్గర ఉంది. దీనికి మొత్తం సిలబస్ మొత్తం అంతా మనం కవర్ చేస్తూ ఈ కోర్సు 2,250 రూపాయలకి ప్రొవైడ్ చేయడం జరుగుతుంది. ఇంగ్లీష్ మీడియం తెలుగు మీడియం రెండు మీడియంలో కూడా క్లాస్ అవైలబిలిటీ ఉంటాయి. అలానే ఎస్ఎస్సి స్టెనోగ్రాఫర్ సంబంధించిన స్పెషల్ బ్యాచ్ మన దగ్గర ఉంది. కంప్లీట్ సిలబస్ మొత్తం అంతా కవర్ చేయడం జరుగుతుంది. ఇది కూడా మీకు 2,250 రూపీస్కి ఆఫర్ అవైలబిలిటీ ఉంది. అలానే ఎస్ఎస్సి CGL టైర్ 1 టైర్ 2కి సంబంధించి ఆల్రెడీ టైర్ 1కి చాలా మంది విద్యార్థులు ఆల్రెడీ కోచింగ్ తీసుకున్నారు, ఎగ్జామినేషన్ రాస్తున్నారు. ఎవరైతే విద్యార్థులు టైర్ 2కి ప్రిపేర్ అవ్వాలనుకున్నారో వాళ్ళ కోసం కూడా స్పెషల్ బ్యాచ్ అనమాట. ఈ టైర్ 2 స్పెషల్ బ్యాచ్ అనేది 2,250 రూపీస్కి ఆఫర్లో అవైలబిలిటీ ఉంటుంది అనమాట. అలానే ఆర్ఆర్బీ జేఈకి సంబంధించి ఎవరైతే విద్యార్థులు ప్రిపేర్ అవబోతున్నారో వాళ్ళ కోసం కూడా స్పెషల్ బ్యాచ్ ఉంది. ఈ స్పెషల్ బ్యాచ్ మనకి CBT 1కి సంబంధించిన సిలబస్ మొత్తం అంతా కవర్ చేయడం జరుగుతుంది. 2,250 రూపీస్కి ఆఫర్లో అవైలబిలిటీ ఉంది. అలానే రైల్వేకి సంబంధించి మీకు అన్ని ఎగ్జామ్స్ పాయింట్ ఆఫ్ స్పెషల్ బ్యాచెస్, అలానే రైల్వే ALP టెక్నీషియన్ బ్యాచెస్ ఉన్నాయి. బ్యాంక్ SSC రైల్వే కామో ప్యాక్ మన దగ్గర అవైలబిలిటీ ఉంది. నెక్స్ట్ అలానే మనకి బ్యాంక్ ఎగ్జామినేషన్ పాయింట్ ఆఫ్ ఎవరైతే ప్రిపేర్ అవుతున్నారో బ్యాంక్ మహాప్యాక్, అలానే బ్యాంక్ సంబంధించి IBPS PO స్పెషల్ బ్యాచ్ ఉంది. ఇవన్నీ కూడా మన దగ్గర ఉన్నాయి. నెక్స్ట్ క్వశ్చన్, ద యావరేజ్ ఆఫ్ 1 3 5 7 9 11 so on up to 25 terms. This is not 25, up to 25 terms is your question. Now look here, if I need to find nth term already you have formula to find nth term is nothing but a plus n minus 1 into d. This is nothing but formula to find nth term. A is nothing but first number, okay? N is nothing but number of terms. D is nothing but difference. Look here, the difference is 2 2 2 2. Yes or no? Now if we calculate this, then you'll come to know what is this 25th term. If we calculate what is the 25th term, and if we observe here, the given series is in arithmetic progression. Look here, the series is 1 3 5 7 so on. You need to know what is this number. Actually this number is not given, it is indirectly mentioned as 25th term. Calculate using this formula. If you calculate using this formula, A is nothing but first number is 1 plus n minus 1 means 25 minus 1 is 24 into D is nothing but difference. Look here, common difference is how much? Common difference is 2 2 2 2 2. Yes or no? So when you calculate this, it is going to be 49, which means 25th term is 49. Look here, highest number is 49 and lowest number is 1. So average is nothing but highest number plus lowest number by 2. So highest number is 49, lowest number is 1. So 49 plus 1 by 2. So answer is nothing but 25, which is like option 2. And truly speaking, if you have common sense, even this calculation is also not required. You don't do this calculation also. Why? Because let us example, in this question it is said average of 1 3 5 7 9 11 so on up to 25 terms. As the question is up to 25 terms, if you observe carefully in the first 50 numbers, what happened is you will have 25 even numbers, 25 odd numbers. Yes or no? Now even I need 25th term for odd numbers. Why? Because 1 3 5 7 9 all are like odd numbers. As I need 25th term, the 25th term is nothing but 49. Yes or no? Why? Because out of these 50 numbers, 25 are even numbers, 25 are odd numbers. Half of them are even numbers, half of them are odd numbers. Now in these 50 numbers, 25th term, which is an odd number, is going to be 49. So highest number is 1 and lowest number is 49. So highest number plus lowest number by 2. When you calculate this, then you will come to know what is average of these numbers. If you don't know this, then you have to use this formula and calculate the nth term. Okay, this is the formula. Either you can use formula and you can calculate this, or else you just use your common sense. Out of 50 numbers, half of them 25 even numbers, 25 odd numbers. Now 25th term is nothing but 49. So highest number is 49 and lowest number is 1. Calculate that, you are going to get the answer. Okay. Next one, the arithmetic mean of the following numbers: 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3, so on, 7 sevens. Okay. Now this is like pretty good question, and this question was also asked in mains examination. Okay. Let us look at this. Now if you have observed here, now can I write these numbers as 1 as 1, and similarly this 2 is nothing but 4, and similarly 3 plus 3 plus 3 is 9, similarly 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4 is 16, and similarly 5 5s, this is 25, and similarly 6 6s, which is 36, and 7 sevens, yes or no, which is 49. Now if you have observed here in this series we have numbers 1, 2 2s, 3 3s, 4 4s, 5 5s, 6 6s, 7 7s, yes or no, which is nothing but 1, 4, 9, 16, 25, 36, 40. For this I need to calculate average, yes or no. If I need to calculate average for these numbers, now these are like squares, yes or no. For sum of squares, I have told you formula. Sum of squares of n natural numbers. What is the formula? Formula is nothing but n into n plus 1 into 2n plus 1 by 6. This is the formula for sum of squares of n natural numbers. Yes or no? Similarly, this is like for sum of squares of n natural numbers. Similarly, sum of numbers, that is like sum of n natural numbers. If you look here, how many numbers are there here? How many numbers are there means, in this you have 1, in this you have 2, in this you have 3, in this you have 4, in this you have 5, in this you have 6, in this you have 7, which means 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6 plus 7, that is like sum of natural numbers. What is formula for sum of natural numbers? Sum of natural numbers. Sum of natural numbers. Sum of natural numbers formula is nothing but n into n plus 1 by 2. Yes or no? Now I need to calculate average. Look here. This is like very simple. Observe here carefully. So I need to calculate average. Average is nothing but sum of numbers. So for these numbers, if I am going to calculate sum of squares of n natural numbers formula is n into n plus 1 into 2n plus 1 by 6 divided by number of numbers. Total numbers means 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6 plus 7. Why? Because you have 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, 6 times, 7 times. Which means number of numbers, how many means? Number of numbers are 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6 plus 7. So sum of n natural numbers. Sum of n natural numbers formula is nothing but n into n plus 1 by 2. Now calculate this. If you are going to calculate this, what happen? N into n plus 1, n into n plus 1 gets cancelled. 6 cancels into how many times? 3 times. Now you are left out with finally 2n plus 1 by 3. Now this is like direct short trick. Whenever you have questions in this way, you will not do all this procedure. Without doing all this procedure, just what you do is like directly apply formula 2n plus 1 by 3. When you apply 2n plus 1 by 3, then you are going to get the answer directly. N is nothing but the maximum value whatever you have, that is nothing but n. So in this question, when you calculate 2n plus 1 by 3, n value is nothing but 7. So this is going to be 2 into 7 plus 1 by 3, that is 15 by 3 which is nothing but 5. So we can say that answer for this question is nothing but 5. Very good question. Just what you need to do is like, you need to know sum of squares of n natural numbers formula. Similarly, sum of n natural numbers formula. If you know this, just you will come to know that direct short trick, that is nothing but 2n plus 1 by 3. N value is nothing but highest number whatever you have, that is nothing but n value. When you calculate this, answer is going to be 15 by 3, that is nothing but 5. Very simple question. Okay, I will explain you one more time. Observe here carefully. Again, many of the students gets a doubt. Look here, 1 is nothing but 1. Now 2 2s is 4, 3 3s is 9, 4 4s is 16, 5 5s is 25, 6 6s is 36, 7 7s is 49. Which means if I need to do sum of numbers means 1 plus 4 plus 9 plus 16 plus 25 plus 36 plus 49. Now these are looking like a squares. That is the reason I am applying sum of squares of n natural number formula. That is n into n plus 1 into 2n plus 1 by 6 divided by average means sum of numbers divided by number of numbers. Now this is nothing but sum of numbers. Similarly, I need to know number of numbers. Number of numbers how many means? Here I have 1 number, here I have 2 numbers, here I have 3 numbers, here 4 numbers, here 5 numbers, here 6 numbers, here 7 numbers. Which means number of numbers will be 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6 plus 7, which is nothing but sum of n natural numbers formula. That is the reason sum of n natural numbers formula n into n plus 1 by 2. When you simplify this one, finally you are left out with 2n plus 1 by 3. So whenever you have questions in this way, 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, so on, then direct formula is like 2n plus 1 by 3. N is nothing but highest number whatever you have, that is nothing but value of n. So when you substitute here, your answer is going to be 5. Okay, let us look at the next one. Average of square of natural numbers 1 to 35. So we are asked to find average of square of natural numbers from where 1 to 35. Now this is nothing but sum of squares of n natural numbers formula you need to use. Okay. Now sum of squares of n natural numbers is nothing but n into n plus 1 into 2n plus 1 divided by 6. This is like sum of squares of n natural numbers formula. But the question is to find average. So average is nothing but sum of numbers divided by number of numbers. So sum of numbers is this one. Number of numbers 1 to 35 means number of numbers are nothing but 35 numbers. Okay. Now calculate this. If you are going to calculate this question, what is the value of n? N value is nothing but 35. Highest number is nothing but n value. So n value is 35. So if you solve this, this is going to be 35 into 36 into 2 into 35, 70, 70 plus 1 is 71 divided by 6 into 35. Yes or no? Now cancel this. When you cancel this, 35 gets cancelled. 36, 6, how many times? 6 times. Now 6 into 71 is nothing but 426. So we can say that answer for this question is 426. Very simple question. Directly to solve this question, you need to know the formula sum of squares of n natural numbers. Sum of squares of n natural number formula n into n plus 1 into 2n plus 1 by 6. And you have total numbers 35 numbers. So average is nothing but sum of numbers divided by number of numbers. When you calculate this, answer is going to be 426. Let us look at the next one. Average of 7 consecutive numbers is 43. The largest of these numbers is. Look here, even these pattern of questions are also really important. Very important, these pattern of questions. So these are like again similar to whatever we have discussed earlier, but the previous questions are like direct questions. But now these questions are like questions which are similar to the concept whatever we have discussed earlier. Okay, so let us look at this. The average of 7 consecutive numbers. 7 consecutive numbers means numbers which are going to come in the same order. Those are nothing but 7 consecutive numbers. Let us example 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are nothing but 5 consecutive numbers. Or else 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. This is something but consecutive numbers. Okay. Now question is saying average of 7 consecutive numbers is 43 and you are asked to find the largest of these numbers. We are asked to find what is the largest number. Look here, if I need to solve this question normally, how do I solve this question normally? If I need to solve this question normally, I does not know what is that number. As I does not know what is that number, if I assume the number as x, then 7 consecutive numbers will be x, x plus 1, x plus 2, x plus 3, x plus 4, x plus 5, x plus 6. These are nothing but my 7 consecutive numbers. For this, the question is saying like average is nothing but 43. As we know that if the given series is in arithmetic progression, average is nothing but middle number. So for these 7 numbers, middle number is nothing but x plus 3. Now this number is nothing but 43. Now you are asked to find what is the highest number. So highest number is nothing but, if this is 43, this is going to be 44, this is going to be 45 and this is going to be 46. So I can say that highest number is nothing but 46. Now truly speaking, in this question, if they ask us to find what is the smallest number. So smallest number means if this is 43, now this is going to be 42, this is going to be 41 and this is going to be 40. When if the question is about smallest number, and if the question is about highest number, answer is 46. If it is smallest number, answer is 40. But truly speaking, in examination point of view, you not represent this one also. Even this calculation is not required. Whenever you have questions in this way, you can calculate these type of questions very easily, very easily. Okay, just observe here carefully. Now in this question, it is said that 7 consecutive numbers. Let us take 7 consecutive numbers: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 consecutive numbers. For these 7 consecutive numbers, average is nothing but middle term, exact middle term. For the 7 numbers, exact middle is nothing but this number. Okay, in the question it is saying that this number is going to be 43 and you are asked to find highest number. This is your highest number. And sometimes the question may ask you lowest number. This is your lowest number. If you do it in a normal way, then you can write these numbers: 43, 44, 45, 46. Similarly, 43, 42, 41, 40, you can write in this way. But as the numbers are 7 numbers only, then you can say 43, 44, 45, 46, so on. If my question is something like 94 numbers, now can you say like 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51? Can you go on counting in this way? If you go on counting in this way, then what happens is at the end of the day, you will be wasting a lot of time. So to prevent this or to solve this in a smart way, you will not count this. If you have observed here carefully, if you have observed here carefully, instead of counting all these things, you can solve them in a much smarter way. Look here. If you have observed here carefully, look at the number of gaps you have, Look here, here I have 1 gap, here I have 2 gaps, here I have 3 gaps, here I have 4 gaps, here I have 5 gaps, here I have 6 gaps. Which means when you have 7 numbers, when you have 7 consecutive numbers, then number of gaps are nothing but only 6 gaps. Yes or no? Similarly, let us example, if the number of numbers are only 5 numbers, let us say number of numbers are only 5 numbers. For 5 numbers, number of gaps is nothing but 4 gaps. Yes or no? Similarly, let us example, number of numbers are only 3 numbers. If it is 3 numbers only, the number of gaps will be only 2 gaps. Yes or no? So from this what I can say is like number of gaps is always 1 less than number of numbers. This point you need to observe from here. Okay, very important point. Number of gaps is always 1 less than number of numbers. If you have 7 numbers, number of gaps will be 6. If you have 5 numbers, number of gaps will be 4. If you have 3 numbers, number of gaps will be 2. If you have 9 numbers, number of gaps will be 8. If you have 13 numbers, number of gaps will be 12. So simply what you need is like You need to observe from here, number of gaps is always 1 less than number of numbers. Okay, this point is like really important. If you know this concept, then you can solve all the questions related in this way. Okay, just observe here carefully. In this question it is saying that 7 consecutive numbers, average is how much? Average is 43. Now you are asked to find the highest number. Now look here, 6 gaps are there. For 7 numbers, how many gaps? 6 gaps. Out of these 6 gaps, what happen is 3 gaps will be on left hand side, 3 gaps will be on right hand side. Yes or no? Why? Because average is nothing but exact middle term. Exact middle term means 3 gaps front, 3 gaps back. If I need to know what is highest number is nothing but 43 plus 3, which is nothing but 46. If I need to know lowest number, 43 minus 3, it is going to be 40. Okay, and look here, in this question what happened is, these are consecutive numbers. As these are consecutive numbers means for each number, one number to another number, you will have difference only 1. As difference is 1, 3 gaps means 3 difference, 5 gaps means 5 difference, 7 gaps means 7 difference. As you have 3 gaps, now it is going to be 3 difference. So 43 plus 3, it is going to be 46. If it is smallest number, 43 minus 3, it is going to be 40. Just very simple and beautiful concept. If you learn this concept, whether it is 7 numbers or 23 numbers or 95 numbers or 74 numbers, whatever it may be, you can solve these questions very easily. Just remember one thing, always number of gaps will be 1 less than number of numbers. If you have 10 numbers, gaps will be only 9. If you have 50 numbers, gaps will be only 14. Similarly, if you have 7 numbers, gaps will be only 6. Okay, out of the 6 gaps, 3 gaps will be towards forward and 3 gaps will be towards back. Why? Because average is exactly middle term. So 3 front and 3 back. As it is consecutive numbers, 43 plus 3, 46, 43 minus 3, 40. Okay, let us look at the next question. So what is your next question? The average of 37 consecutive numbers is 78. The largest number is, we are asked to find the largest number. Very simple. 37 numbers means how many gaps? Gaps is nothing but 36 gaps. As it is 36 gaps, now it is going to be 18 forward, 18 backward. Now average is nothing but how much? Average is nothing but 78. As the average is 78, now it is going to be 18 gaps towards front. Similarly, you will have 18 gaps towards back. Now you need to know largest number. As it is largest number, now it is going to be 78 plus 18. So 78 plus 18, now this is going to be 96. So highest number is 96. If they ask you lowest number, then 78 minus 18. So 78 minus 18, lowest number is nothing but 60. Very simple. Once if you learn the concept, you not do anything. Without representing this diagram also, you can mark the answer easily. You not use this pen and paper also. Directly you will say like, for 37 consecutive numbers, you will have 36 gaps. Out of this 36 gap, 18 will be forward, 18 will be backward. So if you need to know highest number, 78 plus 18. If you need to know lowest number, 78 minus 18. Okay? If you learn this concept, you can mark those answers much faster. Let us look at the next one. The average of 41 consecutive odd numbers. Look here. Now this question is odd numbers. This is very important. Very important. Okay? Previous questions are like just consecutive numbers. Look here. These are like consecutive numbers only. Previous questions. But now it is odd number. You know like consecutive numbers and odd number difference? Consecutive numbers means, look here. Consecutive numbers means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so on. These are like consecutive numbers. If it is like odd numbers or even numbers, look here. Odd numbers means 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, so on. Yes or no? These are like consecutive odd numbers. If it is consecutive even numbers, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, so on. These are like consecutive even numbers. Okay? These are like consecutive numbers. These are consecutive odd numbers. These are consecutive even numbers. Okay? Now look here. For 41 consecutive odd numbers, average is how much? 49. Now you are asked to find what is the largest number. So largest number is what? Just very simple. Look here. For 41 consecutive odd numbers, for 41 numbers, number of gaps are how many? Number of gaps are nothing but 40 gaps. As number of gaps are 40 gaps, then what happens is 20 gaps will be forward, 20 gaps will be backward. Yes or no? So average is nothing but 49. If average is 49, if I need to know highest number, I need to go 20 gaps front. If I need a lowest number, then I need to go 20 gaps back. Yes or no? Look at this is 20 gaps front and this is 20 gaps back. Now this is one more important point here. Let's observe carefully. One more important point. Now what many of the guys will do is like 49 plus 20, they will say it is 69, which is wrong answer. Why? Because in the previous questions, those are like consecutive numbers. Consecutive numbers means that they will have a difference of only 1, 1, 1, 1. But when it is consecutive even numbers or consecutive odd numbers, you will have a difference of 2. Look here. Consecutive odd numbers, difference of 2, 2, 2. Similarly, consecutive even numbers will have a difference of 2, 2, 2, 2. Yes or no? Now, as it is consecutive odd numbers or consecutive odd numbers or consecutive even numbers, then what you need is like number of gaps should be multiplied with 2. Okay. Why? Because for even number or odd number, gap is going to be 2, 2, 2, 2 gap. That is the reason you need to multiply it with 2. So look here, 49 plus 20 into 2 is 40. Now 49 plus 40, answer is going to be 89. So highest number is going to be 89. If they ask you lowest number, it is going to be 20 into 2, that is nothing but minus 40. 49 minus 40, it is going to be 9. So highest number is nothing but 89 and lowest number is nothing but 9. One important point you need to observe is when the question is about consecutive odd numbers or consecutive even numbers, consecutive odd numbers or consecutive even numbers, then what you need to do is like you need to multiply the number of gaps with 2. Multiply number of gaps with 2. As you have 20 gaps, multiplied with 2. As you have 20 gaps, multiplied with 2. Then it will be plus 40. This is going to be minus 40. Or else you can look at them in this way as well. Look here. One more important point. Observe it carefully. If you are having any difficulty in these places, just remember one simple point. What is that? Means whenever the question is about odd numbers or even numbers, look here, whenever the question is about odd numbers or even numbers, then what you can do is like directly, if you need to find highest number or lowest number, directly what you can do is like you can directly add number of gaps. Look here, directly add number of gaps means how many gaps you got? 40 gaps. So directly add 40. Yes or no? Whenever you have consecutive odd numbers or consecutive even numbers, directly you can add the number of gaps or subtract the number of gaps. Here you have 40 gaps, so plus 40, or else you can subtract it, minus 40. If they ask you highest number, then you will do plus 40. If they ask you smallest number, then you are going to do minus 40. So simply what you will do is like whenever the question is about odd number or even number, look here, this point is like really important. If you learn this point, you can simply solve these questions. Whenever the question is about consecutive odd number or consecutive even number, if they ask you highest number or lowest number, after giving you the average value, then what you can do is like directly you can add the number of gaps, or you can subtract the number of gaps. Look here, what does it mean? Look here carefully. Highest number is how much? Average is how much? Average is 49. For 41 numbers, that is like 41 consecutive odd numbers, 41 numbers, gaps is going to be 40 gaps. Yes or no? 41 numbers, gaps are nothing but 40 gaps. As it is 40 gaps, now this is nothing but plus 40, this is nothing but minus 40. So 49 plus 40, it is going to be 89. 49 minus 40, it is going to be 9. So highest number is 89 and lowest number is 9. So even this 2 multiplication is also not required. You can directly, what you can do is like number of gaps you can push here. So as number of gaps are 40 gaps, you directly take 40. If you need highest number, plus 40. If you need lowest number, then minus 40. That's it. Nothing is required other than this. Whenever the question is about consecutive numbers, then what you do is like, then you need to do half. But whenever it is like consecutive even numbers or consecutive odd numbers, nothing is required. Just to know how many gaps are there. Once if you know how many gaps are there, if you need highest number, add this gaps 40. If you need lowest number, then subtract this. That's it. As gaps are 40, if I need highest number, I am adding 40. If I need lowest number, I am subtracting 40. That's it. Nothing more is required. Okay. Let us look at the next similar question. The average of 35 consecutive, look here, even numbers is how much? 786. Then find difference between smallest number and largest number. Now this question is about difference between smallest number and highest number. Not to find what is highest and what is smallest. The question is just about difference between highest number, smallest number. That's it. Difference you need to find. Look here, for 35 consecutive even numbers, 35 numbers, gaps will be how much? 35 numbers, gaps will be 34 gaps. As gaps are 34, now this is even number. As it is even number, 34 into 2, it is going to be 68, which means highest number and lowest number, lowest number, difference is nothing but 68. So I can simply mark answer as 68. Why? Because in this question, the question is not about highest number or lowest number. What the question is saying is like, they are asking you just what is the difference between highest number and lowest number. So difference between highest number and lowest number means 35 consecutive even numbers will have 34 gaps. As it is even number, each gap will have 2 difference. So 34 into 2, 68. So highest number and lowest number difference is nothing but 68. Okay. Let us look at the next one. The average of 44 consecutive odd numbers is 144. What is the largest number? Look here. 44 numbers, gaps are how many? Gaps are 43 numbers. Look here, this is odd number. As this is odd number, I told you, whenever you got odd number or even number, if they ask you to find highest number or lowest number, directly what you need to do, number of gaps you need to find. If they ask you highest number, add it. If they ask you lowest number, subtract it. That's it. So average is how much? Average is 144. They're asking you what? Largest number. As it is largest number, directly add it. When you add it, this is going to be 144 plus 43, that is 187. So highest number is nothing but 187. If they ask you lowest number, what you need to do? Average is 144. Subtract this, minus 43. So answer is going to be 101. So lowest number is going to be 101. These are like very simple. Or else you can go with the normal procedure, whatever I had told you. If you go with the normal procedure, 43 consecutive numbers is going to, 44 consecutive numbers will have 43 gaps. Out of these 43 gaps, what happened? Average is nothing but 144. So half of them will be forward, half of them will be backward, which means 43 half. 43 half is nothing but 21.5. This is 21.5 gaps. Similarly, it is going to be 21.5 gaps. Now as it is even numbers or odd numbers, I told you to multiply it with 2. Why? Because they will have a difference of 2. Now the question is odd number, so multiply with 2. Here also you need to multiply with 2. Now look here, 21.5 into 2 is 43. Similarly, 21.5 into 2 is 43. Then again, why to calculate all this and waste your time? So that is reason, whenever you have questions like odd numbers, even numbers, that is consecutive odd numbers or consecutive even numbers, and they have given you average, and if they ask you to find highest number or lowest number, if they ask you, then what you do is like, if they ask you highest number, then directly add number of gaps value. If they ask you lowest number, then directly subtract number of gaps value. For 44 consecutive numbers, number of gaps is 43. So that is the reason what I have done. I have added 43 to find the largest number. Look here, I have added 43. For this average, I have added 43. If they ask us lowest number, I need to subtract that 43. That's it. Okay. If you follow this, you can get the answer much faster. And this you need to apply only when the questions are like consecutive odd numbers or consecutive even numbers. Next question, the average of 54 consecutive even numbers, 54 consecutive numbers is 93. So average is 93. They are asking find the smallest number and largest number. Very simple, as the question is even number, directly find 54 consecutive numbers, number of gaps is nothing but 53 gaps. As number of gaps is 53 gaps, I told you whenever it is even number or odd number, if they ask you to find highest number, directly add number of gaps. As it is 53, directly add 53 to get the highest number. Yes or no? To get highest number, directly add 53. 93 plus 53 is how much? 146. So highest number is 146. If they ask you lowest number, if they ask you what is the lowest number, then what you need to do? Directly subtract. Average is 93. Directly subtract the number of gaps. 93 minus 53. So we can say that lowest number is 40. So lowest number is 40 and highest number is 146, which is like option 3. Okay. Very, very simple. Just what you need to do is like whenever the question is like consecutive even numbers or consecutive odd numbers, just take the number of gaps. Just take number of gaps, and if they ask you highest number, then add the number of gaps directly. If they ask you lowest number, subtract the number of gaps directly. That's it, nothing more than that. Okay. Next one, the average of first 7 integers in a series of 13 consecutive odd integers is 37. What is the average of entire series? Okay, look here, even this question is also very simple question. Now in this question it is saying like first 7 integers. First 7 integers average is how much it seems? First 7 integers average is 13. Next it is saying like the average of first 7 integers in a series of 13 consecutive odd numbers is 37. What is the average of entire series? They are asking us to find for an entire series what is the average. Look here, first I am showing you in detail so that everyone can understand. First 7 numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. For these numbers, average is nothing but exact middle term, that is this one. And this is nothing but how much it seems? This is 37. Now they are saying for total 13 consecutive odd numbers. 13 consecutive odd numbers, what is the average? That was the question. 13 consecutive odd numbers. Already I have written 7 numbers. So 13 numbers means 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. For these numbers, I need to find what is the average. Look here. Now for 7 numbers, average is 37. For 13 numbers means average is going to be the 7th number. Yes or no? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is like exact middle. So exact middle means this is going to be average. Now they are asking what is the value or what is the average of this whole series. Simple. What you need to do? This is 37 and you need to know what is this number. Now if you look here, these are consecutive odd numbers. As the question is about consecutive odd numbers, now each odd number will have a difference of 2. As each odd number will have a difference of 2, look here, how many gaps are there here? 1, 2, 3. As you have 3 gaps, now this is going to be 3 into 2. Each gap is 2, 2, 2, 2. As you have 3 gaps, it is going to be 3 into 2. So 37 plus 6, now 37 plus 6, answer is nothing but 43. So answer for this question is going to be 43. Okay, very simple question. And truly speaking, even this explanation is also not required. Directly you can solve the question. How to solve this question directly means, look here, for 7 integers, average is nothing but 4th number. 4th number is nothing but average. For 7 numbers, average is 4th number. Similarly, for 13 numbers, average is nothing but 7th number. For 4 and 7, difference is nothing but 3. Yes or no? But the question is about odd numbers. As the question is about odd numbers, now this is going to be, actually you will have 3 gaps. As the question is about odd numbers, it is going to be 3 into 2. Why? Because each and every odd number will have difference of 2. So this average is nothing but for 7 consecutive numbers, average is how much? 7 consecutive numbers, average is 13. If this number is 13, now this number should be 13 plus 6, which is nothing but, This number is how much? 37. This number is 37. If this number is 37, now this number is going to be 37 plus 6, which is 43. Okay. So directly I can solve this. Even this representation is also not required. Without representing, directly you can mark the answer. Okay. But what you need to do is like understanding the question is really important. Once if you are able to understand the question clearly, then what happens is even the question is in a different format, you can mark these answers very easily. Okay. Let us look at the next question. And what all you guys need to do is like you need to practice a lot. If you are going to practice more and more, what happens is you can mark the steps directly, or you can get the answer directly without doing all this calculation. What I am trying to do is like as I am explaining you, I am showing all of this in detail. But while you are writing examination point of view, once if you know the concept and once if you have practiced more, then it's all about number of gaps. You will just come across with how many gaps are there, how much you need to add, how much you need to subtract. You will come across this once if you are going to practice. Once if you are going to practice, then you can mark these questions very fast. Okay. Let us look at the next one. The average of 5 consecutive numbers starting with m. So average of 5 consecutive numbers starting with m is n. So average is nothing but n. Find the average of 6 consecutive numbers starting with m plus 2. Okay, this was your question. So initially it is saying like 5 consecutive numbers starting with m is n. Similarly it is saying find the average of 6 consecutive numbers starting with m plus 2. Let us look at this question. So in this question there are like 5 consecutive numbers starting with m. So starting with m means first number is m, second number is nothing but m plus 1, third number is m plus 2, fourth number is m plus 3 and fifth number is nothing but m plus 4. As the question is saying consecutive numbers, then the series will be in arithmetic progression. Then average is nothing but middle term, this is nothing but average, and the question is saying like for m 5 consecutive numbers starting with m, average is n. So this value is nothing but n. Now the question is saying find the average of 6 consecutive numbers starting with m plus 2. Starting with m plus 2. This is like m plus 2. Now this is m plus 2. Now I need to know for 6 numbers. Look here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now the 6th number means for this number also included, which is like for this I need to find average. If I need to find average, look here starting with n. Starting with n means this is going to be n, n plus 1, n plus 2, yes or no? N plus 1, n plus 2, n plus 3, n plus 4, n plus 5. Yes or no? Why? Because the question is saying the average of 5 consecutive numbers starting with m is n. Find the average of 6 consecutive numbers starting with m plus 2. This is like m plus 2. If this is m plus 2, for this, from this onwards, you need to have 6 numbers. So 6 numbers means n, n plus 1, n plus 2, n plus 3, n plus 4, n plus 5. For this I need to find average. Look here, how many numbers I have? 6 numbers. As I have 6 numbers, average is nothing but average of middle 2 numbers. That is what we have learned. Yes or no? For 6 numbers, average is nothing but average of middle 2 numbers. Average of middle 2 numbers means these are nothing but middle 2 numbers. Calculate average for this one, n plus 2 plus n plus 3 divided by 2. Now this is nothing but 2n plus 5 by 2. So 2n plus 5 by 2, which is like option 1. Very simple question. Just read the question clearly. Once if you read the question clearly, then solving this question will become very simple. So what question said is for 5 consecutive numbers, 5 consecutive numbers starting with m. M means m, m plus 1, m plus 2, m plus 3, m plus 4. These are like 5 consecutive numbers. For this average is how much it seems? Average is n. Now your question is saying find the average of 6 consecutive numbers starting with m plus 2, which means I need to start from here. Starting from here, I need 6 numbers. Already you know like this number is like n. If this is n, this is going to be n plus 1, n plus 2, n plus 3, n plus 4, n plus 5. I need an average of these 6 numbers. Average of these 6 numbers means for 6 numbers average is nothing but exactly middle 2 numbers average. Middle 2 numbers means n plus 2, n plus 3. So n plus 2 plus n plus 3 divided by 2. So answer is nothing but 2n plus 5 by 2.
SSC జీడీకి సంబంధించి చూడండి 39,000కి పైగా వేకెన్సీస్తో నోటిఫికేషన్ పడింది.
10th క్లాస్ ఎలిజిబిలిటీ ఉన్న విద్యార్థులు అందరూ కూడా దీనికి అప్లై చేసుకోవచ్చు. ఇది ఒక మంచి అవకాశం. ఎగ్జామినేషన్ ఇంగ్లీష్ మీడియం, తెలుగు మీడియం, రెండు మీడియంస్లో జరుగుద్ది. దీనికి సంబంధించిన కంప్లీట్ కోర్స్ మనం లాంచ్ చేశాము. ఈ కోర్సులో మీకు కంప్లీట్ సిలబస్ అంతా కూడా కవర్ చేయబోతున్నాము. యాజ్ పర్ ద నోటిఫికేషన్ సిలబస్ మొత్తం కవర్ అవుద్ది. దీంట్లో మీకు రీజనింగ్ కవర్ అవుద్ది, మ్యాథ్స్ కవర్ అవుద్ది, జనరల్ అవేర్నెస్ అండ్ జనరల్ నాలెడ్జ్ కవర్ అవుద్ది, అలానే ఇంగ్లీష్ కూడా కవర్ అవుద్ది అనమాట. మొత్తం సిలబస్ అంతా కవర్ చేస్తూ ఈ బ్యాచ్ మనం లాంచ్ చేశాము. దీంట్లో మీకు క్లాసెస్ ఉంటాయి, ఎగ్జామ్స్ ఉంటాయి, పీడిఎఫ్ మెటీరియల్స్ ఉంటాయి. ఎగ్జామ్స్లో కూడా టాపిక్ వైజ్ ఫుల్ లెంత్ 2 ఎగ్జామ్స్ కూడా మీకు పెట్టడం జరుగుతుంది అనమాట. ఇవన్నీ కూడా మనకి కేవలం 2000 రూపాయలకి ఆఫర్ అవైలబిలిటీ ఉంది. ఎవరైతే విద్యార్థులు సీరియస్గా ఎగ్జామినేషన్ క్రాక్ చేయాలనుకుంటున్నారో ఈసారి ఎస్ఎస్సి జీడీ ఎగ్జామినేషన్ వాళ్ళందరూ కూడా ఎగ్జామినేషన్ అప్లై చేసుకోండి. మీరు డెఫినెట్గా క్రాక్ చేయాలనుకుంటే కనుక చందన్ యాప్ డౌన్లోడ్ చేసుకుని దీనిలో కోర్సులో జాయిన్ అవ్వచ్చు. కావాల్సిన డెమో క్లాస్ ఫ్రీగా ఉంటే ఫ్రీ డెమో క్లాస్ కూడా వినొచ్చు. మన స్టూడెంట్స్ ఆల్రెడీ లాస్ట్ టైం ప్రీవియస్గా జరిగిన ఎగ్జామినేషన్స్లో మన స్టూడెంట్స్ ఆల్రెడీ చాలామంది ఎస్ఎస్సి జీడీలో సెలెక్ట్ చేసి ఆల్రెడీ జాబ్స్ కూడా చేస్తున్నారు. నెక్స్ట్ ఆర్ఆర్బీకి సంబంధించి ఆర్ఆర్బీ ఎన్టీపీసీ స్పెషల్ బ్యాచ్ మన దగ్గర అవైలబిలిటీ ఉంది. ఈ ఎన్టీపీసీ స్పెషల్ బ్యాచ్లో మన CBT1, CBT2 రెండు కలిపి చెప్పడం జరుగుతుంది అనమాట. ఎవరైతే విద్యార్థులు ఎన్టీపీసీకి సంబంధించి ప్రిపేర్ అవబోతున్నారో, ఎందుకంటే మనకి ఒక నెక్స్ట్ 4 డేస్లో ఎన్టీపీసీ నోటిఫికేషన్ కూడా వచ్చింది. సీరియస్గా ఎవరైతే విద్యార్థులు ఎన్టీపీసీ ప్రిపేర్ అవుతున్నారో వాళ్ళందరికీ కూడా దానికి సంబంధించిన కంప్లీట్ కోర్స్ మనం లాంచ్ చేశాము. ఈ కోర్స్ మీకు ఇంగ్లీష్ మీడియం, తెలుగు మీడియం, రెండు మీడియంస్లో కూడా అవైలబిలిటీ ఉంటుంది. దీనికి సంబంధించిన కంప్లీట్ కోర్స్ 2250 రూపీస్కి మనం ఆఫర్లో ప్రొవైడ్ చేయడం జరుగుతుంది అనమాట. అలానే ఎస్ఎస్సి CGL సంబంధించి టైర్ 2కి ఎవరైతే విద్యార్థులు ప్రిపేర్ అవబోతున్నారో ఎస్ఎస్సి CGL సంబంధించి టైర్ 2కి సంబంధించి మనం కంప్లీట్గా స్పెషల్ బ్యాచ్ లాంచ్ చేయబోతున్నాము. టైర్ 2కి ప్రిపేర్ అయ్యే విద్యార్థుల కోసం ఈ కోర్స్ మనకి 2250 రూపీస్కి ఆఫర్లో అవైలబిలిటీ ఉందన్నమాట. దీంట్లో కంప్లీట్గా మొత్తం అన్ని కూడా మనం కవర్ చేయడంతో పాటు లేటెస్ట్ క్వశ్చన్ పేపర్స్ని కూడా మనం లైవ్లో డిస్కస్ చేయడం జరుగుతుంది అనమాట. నెక్స్ట్ ఎస్ఎస్సి MTS స్పెషల్ బ్యాచ్ ఎవరైతే విద్యార్థులు ప్రిపేర్ అవ్వాలనుకుంటున్నారో ఎస్ఎస్సి MTS స్పెషల్ బ్యాచ్ ఉంది. ఈ బ్యాచ్ మనకి 2250 రూపాయలకి కంప్లీట్ కోర్స్ అనేది మనకి ఆఫర్లో అవైలబిలిటీ ఉందన్నమాట. అలానే ఎస్ఎస్సి స్టెనోగ్రాఫర్ సంబంధించి ప్రిపేర్ అయ్యే విద్యార్థుల కోసం ఎస్ఎస్సి స్టెనో స్పెషల్ బ్యాచ్ ఉంది. కంప్లీట్ సిలబస్ అంతా కూడా కవర్ చేయడం జరుగుతుంది. మొత్తం దీంట్లో సిలబస్తో పాటు మొత్తం ఎగ్జామ్స్ మెటీరియల్స్ అన్ని కూడా ప్రొవైడ్ చేయడం జరుగుతుంది అనమాట. ఆర్ఆర్బీ జేఈ ఎగ్జామినేషన్ ప్రిపేర్ అవ్వాలనుకునే విద్యార్థుల కోసం ఆర్ఆర్బీ జేఈ స్పెషల్ బ్యాచ్ ఉంది. ఈ స్పెషల్ బ్యాచ్లో మీకు కంప్లీట్ సిలబస్ మొత్తం అంతా కూడా కవర్ చేయడం జరుగుతుంది అనమాట. దీంట్లో మీకు క్లాసెస్ ఉంటాయి, టాపిక్ వైజ్ ఎగ్జామ్స్ ఉంటాయి, ఫుల్ లెంత్ ఎగ్జామ్స్ ఉంటాయి, పీడిఎఫ్ మెటీరియల్స్ కూడా ప్రొవైడ్ చేయడం జరుగుతుంది. ఈ కోర్స్ మీకు ఆఫర్లో 2250 రూపీస్కి ఆఫర్ అవైలబిలిటీ ఉంది. అండ్ IBPS PO ఎవరైతే విద్యార్థులు ప్రిపేర్ అవుతున్నారు IBPS PO ప్రిలిమ్స్ మెయిన్స్ రెండు కలిపి మన దగ్గర స్పెషల్ బ్యాచ్ ఉంది. ఇది 2250 రూపీస్కి ఆఫర్ అవైలబిలిటీ ఉంది అనమాట. కంప్లీట్ IBPS PO సంబంధించిన కంప్లీట్ సిలబస్ కూడా మనం కవర్ చేయబోతున్నాం. అండ్ బ్యాంక్ ఎగ్జామ్ సంబంధించి ఎవరైతే విద్యార్థులు రాయబోతున్నారో వాళ్ళ కోసం బ్యాంక్ మహాప్యాక్ ఉంది. ఈ బ్యాంక్ మహాప్యాక్లో మీకు అన్ని బ్యాంక్ ఎగ్జామ్స్ పాయింట్ ఆఫ్ లో మొత్తం అంతా కూడా కవర్ చేస్తూ ఈ బ్యాంక్ మహాప్యాక్ కూడా మన దగ్గర అవైలబిలిటీ ఉందన్నమాట. అలానే రైల్వే పాయింట్ ఆఫ్ వ్యూ ఎవరైతే విద్యార్థులు ప్రిపేర్ అవుతున్నారో ALP స్పెషల్ బ్యాచ్ ఉంది, టెక్నీషియన్ స్పెషల్ బ్యాచ్ ఉంది. అలానే అన్ని బ్యాంక్ ఎగ్జామ్స్, అన్ని SSC ఎగ్జామ్స్, అన్ని రైల్వే ఎగ్జామ్స్ రాయాలనుకున్న వాళ్ళ కోసం బ్యాంక్ SSC రైల్వే కాంబో ప్యాక్ ఉంది. ఈ కాంబో ప్యాక్లో మొత్తం మీకు అన్ని సబ్జెక్ట్స్ కూడా కవర్ చేయడం జరుగుతుంది. దీంట్లో మీకు అర్థమెటిక్, రీజనింగ్, అడ్వాన్స్ మ్యాథ్స్, ఇంగ్లీష్, హిస్టరీ, జోగ్రఫీ, పాలిటీ, ఎకానమీ, ఫిజిక్స్, బయాలజీ, కెమిస్ట్రీ, స్ట్రాటజీ, కరెంట్ అఫైర్స్, కంప్యూటర్ అవేర్నెస్ మొత్తం అన్ని కూడా కవర్ చేయడం జరుగుతుంది అనమాట. దీంట్లో మీకు మొత్తం అన్ని ప్రొవైడ్ చేయడం జరుగుతుంది. ఇందులో మీకు ప్రతి సబ్జెక్ట్ సంబంధించిన బెస్ట్ ఫ్యాకల్టీస్ క్లాస్ చెప్తారు. ఇందులో మీకు ప్రతి సబ్జెక్ట్ సంబంధించి PDF మెటీరియల్ ఉంటుంది, టాపిక్ వైజ్ ఎగ్జామ్స్ ఉంటాయి, ఫుల్ లెంత్ ఎగ్జామ్స్ ఉంటాయి, అన్ని కూడా ప్రొవైడ్ చేయడం జరుగుతుంది అనమాట. ఇందులో మీకు సుమారుగా 850 గంటల పైన క్లాస్ ఉంటాయి. ఇది మీకు ఆఫర్లో 4500 రూపీస్కి ప్రిలిమ్స్ మెయిన్స్ రెండు కలిపి కోర్స్ అవైలబిలిటీ ఉంది. ఇంగ్లీష్ మీడియం, తెలుగు మీడియం, రెండు మీడియంస్లో కూడా క్లాస్ అనేది సపరేట్గా అవైలబిలిటీ ఉంది అనమాట. అండ్ SSC అన్ని ఎగ్జామ్స్ పాయింట్ ఆఫ్ SSC స్పెషల్ బ్యాచ్ మన దగ్గర ఉన్నాయి. అలానే బ్యాంక్ పాయింట్ ఆఫ్ ఆల్రెడీ చెప్పాను, బ్యాంక్ మహాప్యాక్ ఉంది. నెక్స్ట్ గ్రూప్స్ పాయింట్ ఆఫ్ వ్యూ విద్యార్థులు ప్రిపేర్ అవుతున్నారు. గ్రూప్స్ స్పెషల్ బ్యాచ్ మనకి 899 రూపీస్కి ఏపీ వాళ్ళకి తెలంగాణ వాళ్ళు సపరేట్ బ్యాచ్ ఉన్నాయి. ఇంగ్లీష్ మీడియం, తెలుగు మీడియం, రెండు మీడియంస్లో కూడా క్లాస్ అనేది సపరేట్గా అవైలబిలిటీ ఉంది అనమాట. అలానే SI కానిస్టేబుల్ పాయింట్ ఆఫ్ ఎవరైతే విద్యార్థులు ఏపీ తెలంగాణలో సపరేట్గా ప్రిపేర్ అవ్వాలనుకున్నారో వాళ్ళ కోసం SI కానిస్టేబుల్ స్పెషల్ బ్యాచ్ ఉన్నాయి. ఏపీ వాళ్ళకి సపరేట్ ఉంది, తెలంగాణ సపరేట్ ఉంది. ఈ బ్యాచ్ మీకు 2100 రూపాయలకి ఆఫర్ అవైలబిలిటీ ఉంది అనమాట. అలానే అర్థమెటిక్, రీజనింగ్, అడ్వాన్స్ మ్యాథ్స్ పాయింట్ ఆఫ్ వ్యూలో అన్ని కాంపిటేటివ్ ఎగ్జామ్ దృష్టిలో పెట్టుకుని ఎవరైతే ప్రిపేర్ అవుతున్నారో వాళ్ళ కోసం స్పెషల్ బ్యాచ్ అనమాట. దీనిలో మొత్తం 3 సబ్జెక్ట్స్ కూడా నేను చెప్పబోతున్నాను. బేసిక్ లెవెల్ నుంచి చాలా క్లియర్గా, డీటెయిల్డ్గా అందరికీ ఉపయోగపడే విధంగా, ప్రతి ఒక్క నాన్ మ్యాథ్స్ విద్యార్థి కూడా అర్థమయ్యే విధంగా చాలా డీటెయిల్గా, క్లుప్తంగా మనం చెప్పడం జరుగుతుంది అనమాట. దీంట్లో అన్ని కూడా చాలా క్లియర్గా, డీటెయిల్గా డిస్కస్ చేయడం జరిగింది. ఇందులో మీకు క్లాసెస్ ఉంటాయి, ఎగ్జామ్స్ ఉంటాయి, ఎగ్జామ్స్ టాపిక్ వైజ్ ఎగ్జామ్స్ మొత్తం ప్రొవైడ్ చేయడం జరుగుతుంది అనమాట. అలానే PDF మెటీరియల్ కూడా ప్రొవైడ్ చేయడం జరుగుతుంది. ఇది మీకు 1 మంత్, 3 మంత్స్, 6 మంత్స్ అలానే 1 ఇయర్ కోర్స్ అనేది అవైలబిలిటీ ఉందన్నమాట. అలానే ఎవరైతే విద్యార్థులు ఓన్లీ సింగిల్ సబ్జెక్ట్ తీసుకోవాలనుకున్నారో ఏ సింగిల్ సబ్జెక్ట్ అయినా సరే మీకు 999 రూపీస్కి ఆఫర్ అవైలబిలిటీ ఉంది. ఈ సింగిల్ సబ్జెక్ట్ మీరు తీసుకోవచ్చు. అర్థమైందా? అలా మీకు అన్ని కోర్స్ కూడా ఆఫర్స్ అవైలబిలిటీ ఉన్నాయి. ఈ ఆఫర్స్ అన్నింటినీ కూడా మీరు సద్వినియోగం చేసుకోండి. మీకు ఏం డౌట్స్ ఉంటే కనుక కింద స్కూల్ నెంబర్స్ కాల్ చేయొచ్చు. ఒకవేళ డెమో క్లాస్ వినాలనుకుంటే కనుక ఫ్రీగా చందన్ యాప్ డౌన్లోడ్ చేసుకుని డెమో క్లాస్ అన్ని ఫ్రీ కూడా వినొచ్చు.